I'm Blake Shamblin, and this is my group, Nicholas, Daniel, and Sully, and our presentation is on the Ogalla Aquifer and how it's being depleted. What is the Ogalla Aquifer? It's the largest aquifer in the U.S., and it plays a critical role in the production of food, and it accounts for 81% of the water in the High Plains, which stretches from Texas to southern Dakota. Now, most of the water in the aquifer today dates back to a much wetter climate in the centralized areas in red. And in today's relatively arid and dry climate, that water is being depleted at a rapid rate. Now, right now, the regulations placed on the aquifer in terms of how much one can take out of it are being implemented on a state-by-state basis. But there are a few laws being put in through the federal level, through the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the USGS. But the lack of overarching perspective on these regulations is hurting the aquifer because it limits the scope of regulation. And although these laws put in on the state level aren't necessarily ineffective, they're just not considering the aquifer as a whole as an integrated system.
According to a 2014 United States Geological Survey, the water levels of the aquifer have dropped 2.1 feet between the years of 2011 and 2013. That is 14% of the total loss in the last 60-plus year study. As this graph shows, the decline has continued well past 2013, with a 9-foot decline occurring between the years of 2011 and 2015. 16.6 million acre-feet of water are taken from the aquifer every year. This is a very pressing issue, as according to Norman Rosenberg, a retired climatologist, the aquifer provides water for 20% of the U.S. crops. If the aquifer were to go dry right now, $20 billion in food and goods would vanish from the U.S. economy. And if fully depleted, the aquifer could take up to 6,000 years to naturally replenish. However, according to Nolan Clark, a USDA research station engineer and agricultural engineer, a 10% across-the-board reduction in irrigation would solve the aquifer's overdraft problem. One way to reduce water use in irrigation is to use more efficient irrigation methods. As opposed to using more wasteful methods such as surface irrigation, farmers can choose to use more efficient methods such as pivot sprinklers, which are shown on the left, and drip irrigation, which is on the right. However, farmers say that drip irrigation is too expensive, which means that pivot sprinklers could provide a good middle ground, being both efficient and cost-effective, which could ultimately lead to a higher adoption rate.
The Ogalla Aquifer Program, also known as the ARS, is the main scientific body leading up on the Ogalla Aquifer. ARS scientists have been working for well over a decade to try to come up with several solutions to the drought problems the aquifer has been experiencing. The ARS in 1999 partnered with the Texas Agriculture Experiment Station to form the MPET, which is a network program that uses evapotranspiration rates to transmit accurate estimates to farmers about their present-day water use. For over a decade, the ARS collected evapotranspiration rates for each major crop grown in the Midwest. Knowing this, the ARS scientists can calculate the actual recharge rate of the aquifer. TAS partnered with ARS because of this information, and this led to our second solution, the MPET. Using evapotranspiration, it transmits estimates of present-day water use by faxes. And this solution has real-world success. In 1999, it sent out 300 faxes, saving 20 billion gallons of water and over 5 million a year in irrigation pumping. However, like these other solutions, it does have its cons. The network requires 24/7 maintenance and is very expensive to maintain. But the pros outweighs the con on the solution because it has been proven to be near 100% accurate. It can use weather station data, crop water use, and irrigation surveys. It has also been approved by the Texas Senate and is currently trying to be approved by all states affected by the aquifer. In other words, for the aquifer to survive past the year 2050, solutions like this network need to be developed and spread immediately.
So for a third solution, it's regulations on the amount of water you can take from the governing body for groundwater issues in Colorado is the Colorado Groundwater Commission. In Kansas, anyone with a permit or a vested right can use groundwater for non-domestic purposes. A vested right means that the well had been pumping water since June 28, 1945, and therefore has a right to continue pumping. In Nebraska, one has a right to use a, quote, reasonable amount of the groundwater under their land for beneficial use on that land. In New Mexico, the state engineer approves most permits for domestic use. For non-domestic use, however, the state engineer will approve permits only if these four criteria are met. 1. No objections are filed. 2. Unappropriated water exits in the basin. 3. There are no infringements on water rights or of prior appropriators occurs. And 4. It is not detrimental to the public welfare or the water conservation goals of the state. In Oklahoma, licenses granted by the Oklahoma Water Resources Board are needed to withdraw water from the aquifer. The amount of water withdrawn is determined by the OWRB and varies from region to region. This amount is determined by the maximum amount of water that can be withdrawn and still secure the availability of water at least 20 years from the time of the license. Hence, the specific amount of water is uniquely calculated for each region. This amount is adjusted yearly when each license holder must check in with the OWRB and report how much water they pumped and set limits for the amount of water allowed for next year. In South Dakota, it is a public resource that anyone can use. And in Wyoming, it is the water is state-owned. In Texas, however, groundwater that is still in the aquifer is a public resource. However, once the groundwater is withdrawn, it is specific to the landowner. Groundwater can be sold to other locations, including out of state. However, no landowner can purposely withdraw water for malicious reasons or to willfully waste the water.
Now, our final solution is the cap and trade system. This solution focuses on viewing the aquifer as an integrated system on a whole throughout all the states it goes in. And the University of Purdue asked 100 farmers from each state if they would be capable of limiting their water use by 2% just this year. Now, 95% of those farmers said they think they can manage to mean limiting their water use by 2%, and that's effectively what the solution is trying to do. The first year, they're going to limit the water, they're going to put a cap on the amount of water a person or corporation can withdraw. That is 7.27 centimeters, 2% of the net depletion rate currently on the aquifer, which is 365.3 centimeters annually. Now, every 5 years, this cap will be reassessed based on relevant ecological and hydrological conditions being placed in the aquifer, as they have come to realize that the rapidly changing environment will have a huge impact on whether or not this cap will be attainable or not. So, the first year there will be a cap of 7.27 centimeters. The following year there will be an additional 7.27 centimeters. And that will increase linearly for 50 years, because by the 50th year, the net depletion rate and the net recharge rate should be able to meet in the middle, so the aquifer can start recharging again. Now, so this will be governed by local and state authorities, because in the current system, the lack of modernization as well as the overpumping are really hurting the aquifer, because there's lots of discrepancies in amount of water withdrawn and, frankly, just some malicious dealings there. So there are going to be more like regulations placed on the state authorities watching over it, but they will report directly to the Arizona and Missouri River watersheds. Now, they will work directly with the USGS, who will also report to the federal government. So it's sort of a pyramid of the state and local authorities report to the federals, who report to the watersheds. That way, it's a kind of check and power for each level.
Do you have many more slides? Okay, let him finish it, please.
Now, our most practical solution is the cap and trade system because it's the most complex and thought out one. Although we realize that something needs to be done now about the aquifer, and that system may take as long as 5 years to implement if Congress and Senate started trying to pass the bill now. So the soonest one of these solutions can be implemented is improving the irrigation systems, as Nicholas had said. Thank you very much.
So wait,